Hey, what's going on, folks? Welcome back to the Real Legend of Gaming. We are back with some Clash Royale, folks. Now, in today's video, we will be going over a deck that does super well against the current meta. And I even think that even after the balance changes, it will still have a place inside what's going on. Now, before we discuss all that, Clash Royale actually has taken a new approach into the way they're deciding their balance changes. Now, they've went over a few options. They already made decisions on some changes. However, they allowed us to vote on the last change that will take place. And we'll go right into their tweet. So we vote on the next balance changes. For the first time ever, you can vote on a balance change you want to see added in our next balance update. No, there will be no Nerf Hog Rider option. More detailed balance info in replies to this tweet. So the options there are Ice Wizard, longer slow, Royal recruits to 7 costs, Infernal Tower and a health boost, 2 cost bomber buff to the stats. So as you can see, as of the time that I'm recording this video, the most current update for this vote is the Ice Wizard getting a buff. And to go specifically into what the changes will be, the Ice Wizard's slow duration will go from 2 seconds to 2.5. Now, as far as everything else, the Royal recruits, they were considering lowering the elixir cost, but removing 12% damage buff. The Infernal Tower will get an HP buff of 4.5%, which is pretty crazy. And then the Bomber will get a whole rework, going from 3 elixir to 2, with a damage reduction and a health reduction. But it looks like no one's voting for that, so that could be a change maybe coming at a later point. Now, I personally voted as well, and a lot of people are pretty much feeling my response. Show the Ice Wizard some love, because the Ice Wizard is one of the coolest legendary cards. And folks, no pun intended. Now, let's get into the video where we discuss this deck. So, can you drop that intro? Alright, cool, folks. So here is the deck. And I'm going to tell you guys straight up, we're going to show you 2 replays in this video. One is against a Hog Rider Valk deck, which you guys know the Hog Rider is pretty crazy, very strong still. And as you saw, Clash Royale has no intentions of nerfing it. And in the Valkyrie, which is super strong. And even with the nerfs and buffs, she is a menace. And then the second replay will be against a Valkyrie bait deck, which is taking the meta over. It is one of the most popular decks right now. So you can look at the deck. Got 4 of my cards that I've been using in most of the decks now because I feel that they are the best support cards in Clash Royale. And then the Knight, I think, is the best tank considering its price and its ability to attack. So you got the Knight, you got the Musketeer, you got the Baby Dragon and the Mega Minion. You guys already know I love these cards, and together you have pretty much 3 tanks that you can use to protect the Knight. You can also use that to protect the Musketeer. And you can create solo lane pushes with ease. Or you can also do a dual lane push, which is, becoming part of the meta as well. Then what we did was add in the Bowler so that we can take advantage of his high HP, being able to push back the Hog Riders, the Elite Barbs, the Valkyries, get rid of the Goblin Gangs, help against the Princess when you don't have the login rotation. I mean, Bowler is becoming a really, really good card, and you've been seeing them used a lot in graveyard decks. Now, we also brought back the Cannon, which again, I think is a great building card to use right now. Its ability to be able to do damage against Golems, Giants, Hogs, Bowlers to a certain extent, and even Knights help out tremendously. And they can also do damage against other units. Like if you're going against a Mortar or Expo, you could drop the Cannon on the top and do damage against it. Not a popular decision, but in worst case scenarios, it could help you in that sense. Then we brought the Zap, right? Because you've seen a lot of Skarmies in the arena. You're still seeing the Goblin Gangs, and the Goblin Barrel is still prevalent inside the meta as well. Then you bring in the Log, which I think is a spell card that needs to be in every deck. Because again, you got those Princess bait decks going around. Goblin Gangs, Guards, Archers. You got the double Prince decks coming back as well. So you kind of leave the log in there to help you with that knockback. So enough with the explanation, folks. Got a 3.3 deck that cycles super well. Let's get into some highlights. All right, folks, here goes the first highlight against Bo Fahad. All right, so we're already getting some DMs, BMs, all that nasty stuff right off the bat. All good with me. So we let the count build up. Right off the back, they're playing a Hog Rider. So we don't have, well, we didn't have the cannon rotation yet, and we didn't have the bowler, so we had to use the Mega Minion. So that's the flexibility of the Mega Minion that I love. Because look, it even can do some damage against the Minion Horde and buys you time to cycle back to the Baby Dragons or the Musketeers. And notice how the Knight was taken care of. Now we got another tank with the Baby Dragon. Now the Valkyrie gets dropped down. You guys know the Valkyrie is super powerful. So that was a good kite right there. We were only able to get one Baby Dragon splash inside. Alright, so now they're playing the Max Royal Giant. So you know the Royal Giant is a dirty card, but it can be stopped. There's ways to counter against it. So we got the bowler pushing. It's going to help us push away against anything that gets stacked behind it that's on the ground. There goes the Hog Rider that they try to sneak in. We drop the cannon down. We're able to get rid of it. And we can also use the bowler to push back the Royal Giant. And we got 2 air units now to go against that bomber and to tank for the bowler. So now we got rid of the Minion Horde. There goes the Valk. The bowler's locked into the tower. Got some hits in. And we'll drop the Musketeer to be able to finish the Valk down. And now we got the Knight. So the Knight's going to be able to push towards the tower with no problem. Now, I actually could have waited on that Knight. So notice right here, I'm going to let the push die out and let the Skarmies do their work. I'm even going to take a little bit of damage from the Skarmies because I'd rather let my elixir count build up back to 10 so I can get a nice push going in with the bowler. And we letting the count build up right there. Alright, there they go again with the Royal Giant Bomber combo. We got the cannon ready because I'm expecting them to bring in the Hog. And now the bowler's pushing everything back. Hog is not going to get near the tower. Now we'll back up the bowler with the Musketeer. We'll drop in the Baby Dragon. We got the Mega Minion, man. We got the squad going. We're not playing any games anymore. We'll drop the Knight now. It's tanking for the bowler. We got the Musketeer. We got the Mega Minion. Now we got 2 Mega Minions rolling. We're going to log back whatever's in that mess. That bomber is going to get taken care of as well. Hog Rider stands no chance because we still got the bowler going and the Musketeer's range is incredible. Now we'll drop the Knight down at the bridge just in case we need to start another push, but not necessary because we got the tower down. At this point, we got 10 seconds to defend. We're just going to drop down this cannon just in case the Hog Rider comes back or in case the Royal Giant comes in and tries to do, chip damage at the tower, and we're going to bring in the bowler just in case. So you see, you have a lot of flexibility, and yes, I'm showing off my new thought it like a genius emote, and we're going to go into the next replay. All right, here we go against the bait deck. Now, this is like one of the annoying ones with the rocket and the Inferno Tower. Man, I hate this bait deck. And then you add in a Valkyrie and forget about it. All right, so come on. We're going to drop our Knight. You guys already know. You're either going to drop with the Knight or the bowler or the Baby Dragon. Those are your tanks. Now we play the Mega Minion. Now notice I spaced out the troops a little bit. There's a reason why I did that. Either I'm going to try to prevent a Fireball Blast, and later on in the match, once I realize it's a bait deck, you want to be able to spread out the rockets. So you see right there, in that case, we didn't know there was a rocket, so we got hit, and they got a good trade-off on that. So now we just got to let a count build up, and we got to defend. So they do the Goblin Barrel. We use our log, so we got 1 back on that trade. All right, cool. So now we're just letting the count build up again. All right. Got the Knight going. Rinse and repeat, right? We're going to play our Musketeer. There goes the Mega Minion. We play that instead to go against the Goblin Gang. And it can also help against that Princess if it advances enough. So they kite with the Valkyrie. We play our Musketeer, we're able to get rid of it. And there goes that rocket again. Luckily, we had the Baby Dragon, which is pretty tanky. It's going to do some damage to the tower. So it worked out for us in that case. Now we log the princess, and we're going to be able to zap the goblin barrel. So you see, being able to have the log and the zap is very important against these bait decks. Alright, so now, again, drop the knight in the back. Now we know they have Infernal Tower, so we got to play a little bit differently. They dropped the princess, so now we can play the Mega Minion. So again, you got another counter against the princess. So if you really notice at the composition of this deck, it has combos against Hog Rider 2.8, 2.6, and it also has counters against bait decks, which is two important decks in the meta. Now you got the Bowler, back it up with the Baby Dragon, bring in the Mega Minion because we know they're going to play that Valk, so we got rid of the Infernal Tower. They bring out another one, it's okay because now we got the Musketeer in rotation, chip damage galore, and now we got the Mega Minion. Musketeer's locked in. We're going to bring in the Bowler because we know they're going to play the Valk. Bring in the Mega Minion now to support. And notice they're playing the Goblin Barrel. We're paying attention to what they're doing. We're going to zap that. Allows us to do chip damage. And all we got to do is just finish off the tower. We're able to log one princess, which does some damage to the tower. And the Baby Dragon gets one Fire Blast in. Game over. Alright, so folks, this is the deck just in case you didn't catch it on the first time around. You got the Knight, Musketeer, Baby Dragon, Minion, Mega Minion, Bowler, Cannon, Zap, and Log. 3.3 cycles very well. And folks, I'm telling you, it does a great job against those decks that we showed you in the replay. It also can do well against other decks as well. You know, I've paired up against a Giant deck and was able to do okay with that Giant beatdown. I did go up against a Golem deck, did it pretty okay as well. Again, once you know the type of archetype you're going up against, you'll play the deck differently, obviously, right? But again, folks, you guys have been showing me incredible support on these Clash Royale videos. I'm loving it, and I'm really enjoying playing this game a lot and covering it a ton on the channel. And I think that finally, folks, we're able to deliver you a great experience between Clash Royale and Arena of Valor with a lot of value between the guides that we're doing. So again, appreciate the support always. You guys are awesome. Thanks for everything. Peace out.